Hello and welcome to Sports Around the World. I am Blessing Basti. The headlines: Super Eagles in bonus row, hold 8 months backlog of bonuses. Super Eagles defender Ola Aina wins Goal of the Month award in England. Bruno Fernandes and Jose Mourinho win Premier League monthly awards. The Tigers retain top spot as #1 ranked team in Africa by FIBA. Anthony Joshua shut out Tyson Fury as he concentrates on Saturday's fight against Kubrat Pulev. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you more sports stories. Welcome back. Super Eagles defender Ola Aina has won the Budweiser Goal of the Month award after his spectacular effort against West Bromwich Albion was voted the best in November. Aina linked up with Bobby de Cordova-Reid and Alexander Mitrovic before firing a ferocious shot into the top left corner from outside the penalty area. The 24-year-old is the third Fulham player to win the Budweiser Goal of the Month award after Jean-Michel Seri and André Schürrle both won the prize in 2018 and 19. Only Chelsea's former club and Tottenham Hotspur have had more wins since the award started in 2016 and 17, a feat all the more impressive given this is just Fulham's second season in the competition during that time. Aina Goal was chosen by a panel of experts combined with a public vote, beating 7 other contenders. Still talking about awards, Manchester United defender Bruno Fernandes has been named Premier League Player of the Month for November, with Tottenham boss Jose Mourinho named Manager of the Month. Fernandes scored 4 goals in as many Premier League games for United last month, including a brace in the 3-1 win at Everton on November 7th. The Portugal international also scored the winner in a 1-0 victory over West Brom on November 21st before ending the month with another goal in a 3-1 win at Southampton on November 29th. That result at St. Mary helped United move back into the top half of the table, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side are now 6th in the Premier League following their 3-1 win over West Ham on Saturday. Fernandes has now won the Premier League Player of the Month award 3 times since his arrival in English football in January, having also claimed the award twice last season in February and June. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) is keen to avoid another Super Eagles boycott ahead of the 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifying matches. The Football House is working round the clock to clear an 18-month backlog of bonuses and allowances. A planned protest by the players last month ahead of the 2021 AFCON away fixture backfired after they let a 4-0 lead slip at Sierra Leone, fought back to draw 4-4 at the Samuel Omojo Stadium, Benin City. Our initial plan was to address it, although the financial-stricken NFF, which receives direct funding from the government, is keen to resolve the pay issue dating back to the Continental Showpiece event in Egypt last year. NFF President Amadou Pinnick, who has been forced to seek financial help from sponsors to cater for the various national teams on international assignments, acknowledged the depth of players and coaching staff, but says he's hopeful they will get paid soon. Having showed remarkable professionalism, if they can just bear with us. Another player said the issue could have been sorted earlier and revealed that some players felt frustrated and unappreciated. Former Nigerian goalkeeper Ike Shurumu has charged the Super Eagles to be deliberate with regards to ranking next year so as to be better placed for seeding purposes. Chirumu, speaking in a chat, said as much as the ranking don't play football, it is equally important to the national team and the country so as to make their journey sometimes easy. The Super Eagles of Nigeria ended 2020 in 35th position in the FIFA ranking released for the year on Thursday. On the continent, the three-time African Cup of Nations champions occupy 4th position. Let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you the rest of the news. Welcome back. Nigerian men's basketball team, the Tigers, moved up one spot from 23rd to 22nd and remain number 1 in Africa in the latest FIBA World Ranking. The basketball governing body published the latest ranking on their official website. The ranking was made after the second window of the FIBA Continental Cup qualifiers. The Tigers' climb was as a result of their impressive performance in the first phase of the FIBA Afro Basketball qualifiers in Rwanda in November. At the qualifiers in Rwanda, the Tigers won all their group games. In the top 10 basketball playing countries, USA are number 1, Spain are second. In third place is Australia, fourth is Argentina, and fifth spot is Serbia. At number 6 is France. Greece occupies 7th. In 8th spot is Lithuania. Number 9 is Russia. And number 10 is Brazil. Red Bull's Max Verstappen narrowly edged Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas to lead first practice at the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Verstappen was just 34 seconds quicker than Bottas. Lewis Hamilton, returning after missing the last race in Bahrain with coronavirus, was 5th. Hamilton missed the first half of the session with a brake problem. The world champion was 1.3 seconds off the pace and behind Renault's Esteban Ocon, the Red Bull's Alexander Albon. Anthony Joshua says he will answer no more questions about fighting Tyson Fury until after he faces a motivated Kubrat Pulev in London on Saturday. The unified world heavyweight champion knows a win at Wembley Arena could set up a fight with Fury, who has declined an invitation to attend the Pulev bout. Joshua will risk his IBF, WBA, and WBO world titles against 39-year-old Pulev, and talk continues to intensify over a fight with WBC champion Fury, in which all 4 heavyweight titles could be contested for the first time. Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, said he is as close as 100% as he can be that the fight will happen in 2021. Still on boxing, Anthony Joshua has revealed he has been sparring without a head guard ahead of Saturday's world title fight with challenger Kubrat Pulev. Joshua, who claimed his trainer Rob McCracken was not happy with the decisions, spared 8 rounds on Wednesday night inside the match room bubble at the Wembley Hilton. Let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we have more sports stories for you. Welcome back. Real Madrid captain Sergio Ramos is seriously considering leaving the club when his contract expires at the end of the season. The centre-back has spent the past 15 years at the Bernabeu and is fast approaching his 700th appearance for Los Blancos. However, Ramos is due to become a free agent in the summer and fresh terms have yet to be agreed with Madrid, who was supposedly only willing to give the defender an extra 12 months. Spanish radio station Onda Cero claims that the veteran centre-back is now edging towards living in 6 months' time with Paris Saint-Germain, his most likely destination. PSG is said to be happy to give Ramos a bumper 3-year contract that will take him through until his 38th birthday. The same report indicates that there is interest for the Premier League clubs, but no concrete offers are believed to have been tabled. PSG are set to make another attempt to sign Tottenham's Dele Alli on loan in January. The French club tried to sign Ali, 24, in the summer, but Tottenham's chairman David Levy refused to agree a deal. Midfielder Ali's Spurs' future has become increasingly uncertain, with the England's international only starting one Premier League game this season. He has not been in the Premier League match the squad since the 6-1 win at Manchester United on 4th October. He was on unused substitute in Thursday's Europa League victory over Royal Antwerp, after which his manager said it was impossible to keep every player happy. Ali, who has scored for 64 goals and provided 56 assists in 230 Spurs appearances, is known to be hugely frustrated at the situation. While injuries could offer a route back to the first team if he remains at Spurs, it seems certain he will leave next month unless the situation changes quickly. Steve Bruce has revealed Newcastle United will be without a big chunk of their squad against West Brom, but have enough players to select a team following the club's coronavirus outbreak. Newcastle resumed training on Wednesday for the first time since the club closed their training ground on November 30 after 5 players and 2 members of staff tested positive for the virus. The members' game at Aston Villa last Friday was postponed as a result, the first since the Premier League resumption in June. Bruce confirmed members of the group have tested positive on both Monday and Wednesdays, although some individuals continue to self-isolate. Mikel Arteta has stressed Arsenal urgently need to improve their Premier League form after ending their Europa League group campaign with a perfect record. Arsenal host Burnley on Sunday evening and are likely to end a 4-game winless run in the Premier League, and has considered with a string of impressive display in Europe, having scored 20 goals in 6 Europa matches, but just 2 in their last 7 league games. Arteta admitted his side inconsistency has been frustrating and they look to improve on their 5th place position heading into the weekend. Alright, let's quickly go on a short break. Don't go anywhere, stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. Nigeria will host the World Athletics Indoor Championship in 2023 after the 2021 event was postponed because of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The Chinese city has been scheduled to host the championship in March 2020, but that was pushed back in 2021. Nigeria will now host the event 1 year after the next World Indoor Championship in Belgrade in 2022. The event is usually biennial and was last held in Birmingham in 2018, where Great Britain won 2 gold medals. The next World Athletic Indoor event is scheduled to be the World Indoor Tour, which begins in Bruges, Germany on 29 January. England have recalled Moeen Ali and Johnny Bairstow, but rested Ben Stokes and Jofa Archer for the two tests in Sri Lanka next month. All-rounder Moeen, 33, has now played since taking a break from cricket in 2019, and batsman Batstow, 31, was dropped a year ago. Uncapped except batsman Dan Lawrence is included, with Rolly Bonds absent as his wife is expecting their first child. England played two tests in Gales starting on 14th and 22nd January. The tour was due to take place in March this year but was cut short because of coronavirus pandemic. Wicketkeeper Ben Foakes, who has not played a test for almost 2 years, also featured in a 60-man squad that includes three spinners of Moeen, Denbaz and Jack Lear. All-rounder Stokes and pace bowler Archer will return for the 4-test series in India starting in February. Sebastian Vettel has described his 6th year at Ferrari as a roller coaster ride as he heads into his final race with the team in Abu Dhabi. The four-time champion said he felt an emotional attachment to Ferrari but admitted he and the team had failed because they did not win the title. Vettel said, looking back, there were a lot of things he should have and could have done better. The 33-year-old is joining Aston Martin next year, the new name for the team currently known as Racing Point, after Ferrari told him before the season even started that they would not be renewing his contract. Vettel said both he and the team had made mistakes over their time together and pinpointed the 2018 season as being decisive for many things. Ferrari had a competitive car 2 years ago, and Vettel led the championship for much of the first part of the season, only for a crash when he was leading the German Grand Prix to hurt their momentum. It is the first of the series of driver errors as Ferrari season fell apart and Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton grew stronger over the second part of the year. In golf, England's Charlie Hall is 2 shots off the lead after the opening round of the US Open, the US Women Open in Houston. Hall, 24, made 4 birdies and 2 bogeys on the Jackrabbit course in a 2-under 69 to share 5th along with Women's Open champion Sophia Povol. American Amy Oslon leads by 1 shot after a 67 on the Chris Craig course, with the tournament being staged in December for the first time. Concerns over daylight mean the first 2 rounds are being played over 2 courses. Let's quickly go on a short break. When we'll come back, we'll bring you the rest of the sports stories. Welcome back. Rangers have reached the last 32 of the Europa League for the second consecutive successive season, and manager Steven Gerrard's European stats continue to impress. It was his 22nd European win in his 3rd campaign as manager, equaling the mark set by Brugge's predecessor Dick Advocaat and 1 short of Walter Smith's tally. Gerrard's most notable successes have come against Portuguese opposition Braga and Porto last season, and Benfica this time could not get the better of Rangers, though the Ibrox side twice lost 2 goals lead to draw home and away with the latter this time. Barcelona boss Ronald Koeman reportedly wants the board to prioritize signing the deal of Memphis Depay and Eric Garcia in January. The Catalans have been left without the services of Ansu Fati and Gerard Piqué due to long-term injuries, and the Dutch handler wants them replaced immediately. The player played for Koeman during his reign as the Netherlands national team coach, while Garcia wants to join the Catalans. However, the financial crisis caused by the coronavirus pandemic, his wishes might not be granted by the club. In rugby, a law firm is planning to go ahead with an action on behalf of former footballers suffering from dementia in the new year. Rylands Law, which is also representing an initial group of 10 former rugby union players suffering with early onset dementia, is understood to be in touch with 40 ex-players' families. At this stage, it is too early to say who the football action would be against. In the rugby case, the planned action will be against World Rugby, the Rugby Football Union, and the Welsh Rugby Union. That's all we can take for today. Thanks for staying with us. I remain Blessing Bassi.